What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Now, today is Expanded Thursday, and it's the first, I think it's the first Thursday with the Guardians Rising legal on PGCGO, and one of the decks I'm, most excited about is Trevenant Accelgor. Now, you might be thinking, Squeaky, what are you talking about? This deck's been on forever. Why are you excited for it? I don't understand. Well, there's a new friend for Trevenant Accelgor. As you see, there is a grass Phantom now, and the new set. This means you can now use Forest of Giant Plants to get that turn with Trevenant. Now you may be like, alright, so what? You had like Wally, you had, you know, you can use the other Phantom with the, whatever it's called, but those cards you had a Wally or an attack to do that. Now, you just Forest, get a turn with Trevenant, which is broken, and also with Forest of Giant Plants, you're able to get those Accelgors out over and over again because you can just evolve those automatically. So I think with this, the deck becomes really good. And now you have a new attacker with Tapu Lele with the Energy Drive. You already played Jirachi for the you know, be able to search for ability, search for a supporter card with this ability. But now with Wonder Tag, you can have the same thing, which is broken. And now you have Energy Drive. You have a good attack. So if your opponent puts a bunch of energies on Pokemon, you can punish it with Energy Drive, which is really neat and could help you win games faster and maybe help you win game. I guess it's a good attacker. It's a good ability. I mean, Tapu Lele is broken, and now with Forest Giant Plants plus a new Phantom, I think this deck's going to be really good in expanded format. I might be jumping the gun pretty early, but I think it's going to be a great play. Now, coming up this weekend is an expanded tournament, but Guardians Rising is not legal until 2 more weeks or whatever. So we will not see it for this weekend, but we will see it in Seattle, if I remember correctly. I think Seattle is the next expanded format after that, and I'm excited to see if people will play the Accelgor Trevenant deck with the new Phantom. But if you don't know, we're playing the Trevenant with the Force Curse, make where item cards do not work. We could play the break, but I'm not going to. Space reasons, of course. The extra 40 HP is it's 40 or 50 HP. I can't remember exactly. Let me look it up real quick. Let me look up here. Trevenant, let's see, if you scroll up, there's a Trevenant break, 160, so boosted 50 HP, but I'm not going to play. I don't think it's worth too much to include in this deck. And our main attack, of course, is going to be Accelgor with the deck and cover 50. This Pokemon, the defending Pokemon is now poisoned and paralyzed. Shuffle this Pokemon, all cards attached to it into your deck. And that's what I was talking about earlier. When you shuffle your only Accelgor into your deck, there's no way you're attacking next turn. But now with Forest of Giant Plants, you're able to put down Shelmet Accelgor, just keep on going, and becomes a really scary deck when you get a Accelgor out of nowhere with thanks to the Forest of Giant Plants. We're still playing 2 Shaymin to help set up, and 1 Tapu Lele, like I said, 1 Mew-EX, so that way you don't have to use Accelgor, but part of me wants to cut the Mew for a 4th Accelgor. We're still in there right now, just so that way you don't have to throw Accelgors in the deck over and over again. You can still save a spot, or still save your Accelgors for later on. And of course, playing a 1-1 Musharna. Munna has the long distance hypnosis. Once during turn before you attack, you may flip a coin of heads. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. If tells your active Pokemon is now asleep. But the main one we're using for is Musharna. Musharna is going to help us streamline our attacks because 4-1 says look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose one of them, put it in your hand, and put the other card back on top of your deck. Now this becomes really good late game when you're just throwing Pokemon in the deck and you're like, alright, I really need one of my DCEs back, and you get 4-1 trying to dig for that last DCE or the DC in your deck, which is really good, or maybe a Accelgor or whatever. It's just really good to draw those 2 cards, and it's played. If you ever see a Trevenant Accelgor deck, they usually always play Musharna. Now, that's going to be all the Pokemon, 20 Pokemon, that's a lot. But 1 Dowsing Machine to reuse an item card out of a discard pile, trainer card, sorry. You discard 2 cards from your hand, and then you play a trainer card from discard pile back into your deck. The main reason I play this is to reuse a Float Stone, maybe a Special Charge, a Level Ball, or Ultra Ball. Just keep consistency up, it's really good, mainly for the Float Stone and Special Charge. But 2 Level Ball, the search ticket for Pokemon with 90 HP or less, 1 Special Charge, shuffle 2 Special Energies from your discard pile back into your deck. Now, you might be thinking, alright Squeaky, nobody's getting knocked out because you're shuffling them back into your deck, but if you do Juniper them away on accident, then you can Special Charge them back later, which is really good, and I think does help a consistency a little bit, because at first, you're always scared to throw away your DCs because you have no way to recover them, but now you have Special Charge, you should be okay. 1 Super Rod, 3 Trainers Mail for Ultra Ball. The Super Rod is definitely just for Pokemon. We could play, there's a lot of different things you play. You could play Karen, you could play maybe Rescue Stretcher if you want to play that. Yeah, Rescue Stretcher might actually not be that bad in this deck because you can put one in your hand and shuffle 3 in the deck because you're really never using Super Rod for energies. You're always using Pokemon. So definitely just cut the Super Rod for Rescue Stretcher. I want to do that right now, but I've already recorded the games and you're going to see me use Super Rod. But definitely put a Rescue Stretcher in there. It does the same exact thing that we're going to use with Super Rod, so I just kind of forgot about Rescue Stretcher. So yeah, Rescue Stretcher is definitely in the play in there for sure. But 3 Trainers Mail 412 4 via Seeker, 4 Force Giant Planes. Try and get that turn 1 Trevenant. That is the point of this deck. 1 AZ to put 1 Pokemon back in your hand. Of course, you can put Tapu Lele or Shaymin's back in your hand so you can reuse it. Maybe have a bench spot. Maybe AZ a Pokemon in the act spot. I think it's a great card. 2 Colress because you have a full bench. Just shuffle back in to get a bunch of new cards. 2 Lysandre, which is going to be really good if your opponent does play Keldeo. If your opponent plays Keldeo, they're going to rush and retreat. But with Lysandre, you can bring it back to the act spot, and they'll force me to use a Pokemon Simulator or something like that. 4 in, 3 Juniper, 4 Float Stone. Yeah, 4 Float Stone. We need like 6 Float Stones if possible, and 4 DCEs. Now, the reason why Accelgor is really good right now is because a lot of decks they might play an Olympia or maybe a Pokemon Simulator, but a lot of decks don't play Keldeo anymore. So we really don't worry about Keldeo anymore. And yeah, aside of that, they really don't have switching cards. Now, the thing about this deck is your Trevenants are going to get knocked out pretty much coming back into your turn because you're going to deck and cover, and they're going to be like, all right, they're at least going to have a couple of turns of attacking, right? To knock out Trevenants. But that's fine. They only take 1 prize card, and even sometimes then they might not be able to take an attack because they never drew their energies or something. I don't know. But yeah, maybe play a 4th Trevenant. That could be good if you want to cut something for that. That might be a good conclusion. But the decks, I don't know. I think it's really strong. Like I said, you're going to be saying it's really strong a bunch of times in videos. And that's because I really do believe in this deck. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Even though it's an old deck, it does have some new techs in it, like the Phantump and the Tapu Lele and the Special Charge and Rescue Stretcher. There's a lot of good things going for Trevenant Accelgor, and I think if people test it, they will see that this is a good play for an expanded tournament. But guys, hope. Also, one note: if you're scared of Maxis, which you should be, the very scary card, you can put a 1 Wob in your deck, and that kind of shuts it down that you can evolve. But if they get a turn Maxis, you're in trouble anyway because you have to constantly streamline your Wob and keep going to Accelgor. So just hope you go first against Maxis, or they lift the Maxis and you get an Accelgor out or a Trevenant out, then they can't get it out, and then you're fine. But outside of that, if they do get a turn Accelgor, you probably just scoop. So Wob's probably not worth it in this deck, but some people probably will include it in the deck. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's too much going for it. But you just set the laws for Accelgor. I mean, not Accelgor, Archeops. If you get a turn Archeops, you kind of just whatever, go to game 2. But yeah, let's see the deck in action right now. Alright, so when it gets S-Part 4, playing a Colorless and a Psychic deck, so it looks like Mega Mewtwo now. Mega Mewtwo should be an okay matchup. They don't play, I mean, they might play Garbodor, which is the only thing we're really scared of. But if we're going first, if we get that turn 1 Trevenant, they can't put down Float Stones or anything like that. Alright, so we get Phantump, Shaymin, a DCE, and some other stuff. So put the Phantump, the active press done. Can we find a Forest of Giant Plants? Alter the Moon, DCE, a multi-switch, okay, a bunch of item cards that we really don't care too much about. Alright, so the big question to keep a top 4 Giant Plants. Alright, there's another mulligan, Delinquent, Lysandre, AZ. There's this Mewtwo Spear Link, so we're no playing Mega Mewtwo, which we really don't see too much in Expanded. So now we're going to get 2 extra draw cards. Can we get a Forest and a Trevenant on this turn? That would be insane to see. Maybe play an Egg, get a new hand of 6. Shaymin, not going to be too useful right now, especially with a billion cards in him. We'll have 6, then draw 2, then 8, plus another 9. Shaymin, not going to get us any cards as of right now. Alright, so we'll see what do they have here. Yes, we'll draw for Mulligan, and we'll draw another one for the Mulligan. There's a Float Stone and a 4, so press done. And there's a Tauros plus a Mewtwo. Okay, so put a Float Stone on the active. We'll put down a Force of Giant Plants and play it in. Give us both new hands of 6. Alright, can we find a Trevenant? We found an Ultra Ball Accelgor and a Trevenant, which is fantastic. So we'll put a Trevenant in the active spot, and we could just pass if we want to. We'll put down the Shelmet and just pass. The only thing I'm scared of is he has a Lysandre plus a DC. He could take a knock on the Shelmet, but that's a lot to ask for. If he does not have this, what we could do is Ultra Ball, discard Float Stone, and whatever. For an Accelgor, put a DCE, Juniper, discard our hand, draw 7 cards. So turn 1 Trevenant, There's a DC. Oh, please do not have a Lysandre. Don't. Oh, there's an in. Alright, so both get new hands of 6. So not taking a knockout. He will Horn Attack for 60, which means he can knock out a Trevenant the following turn if we miss the DCE. There's a Dowsing Machine, a Mew, and Ultra Ball, okay. Level Ball, so a fine hand. Altar of the Moon coming down, giving 2 lesser treat costs for selecting a dark Pokemon, and we see a Horn Attack for 60. So on our turn, we get a Ultra Ball, okay. So I'm gonna Level Ball for an Accelgor, okay. Accelgor, come on down, buddy. We'll put that guy down. Puts down a Rayquaza as well. Okay, so Rayquaza with the Turbo Storm. So we're going to Ultra Ball, discard an Ultra Ball, and a Special Charge. I think those are fine. We're going to grab a Shaymin. Okay, grab a Shaymin. Put down Mew. Put a DC on it, and we're going to Shaymin for 5 new cards. And the reason why I'm doing this is we can put the Mew back in the deck and draw to it later. There's an Ultra Ball DCE Trainers Mail AOR. So we're going to DCE the Accelgor. We'll Trainers Mail. Look for a Level Ball for next turn. Okay, don't find anything. We'll play another Trainers Mail. Gonna grab we're gonna grab a Colress and Colress for 5 because he only has 4 cards in hand. So we're gonna Colress for 5. We will. Oh, I put the DC on the wrong person. I meant to put that on the Mew. Oops. Put down the Shelmet. Put down the Munna. We will retreat into the Accelgor and deck and cover. Definitely meant to put the DC on the Mew this turn. But we'll send it with Trevenant. I mean, we still should be okay. We got a second more. We'll have to discard a Trevenant, but my opponent is paralyzed with the Trevenant, the active spot with the Force Curse. My opponent will have to find like a Lysandre plus a switch of Mewtwo, Rayquaza, okay. A Psychic Energy to Rayquaza with the Turbo Storm. And just pass. Okay, so on our turn, what do we get? We get a Accelgor. We show it. We'll put that down, and we are just going to Juniper, discard our hand, draw 70 cards. Okay. All right, so Lysandre, DC, and Ultra Ball. All right, so we're going to Ultra Ball, discard a Lysandre and a Trevenant. Now, this is a lot of Trevenants being discarded, but we need to keep the paralyzation unlocked. So grab the Accelgor, put that guy down, put a DC on the Mew. Retreat, go for deck and cover. Now, the good thing about Mew is we can hit for weakness if we want to, but right now we're trying to go for deck cover for 60 plus poison 70. No, 60 altogether. Sorry. Alright, so let's hit a Trevenant. On to our opponent's turn. Now, Dragon Claw can knock us out. That is something that we have to kind of be worried about, but not too concerned. So just going to pass to damage. Okay, on to our turn. Alright, so let's see. He has 40 HP left. We could go for a Sky Return to knock it out, saving our Accelgor. But then Rayquaza might come up. So I think right now I'm just going to put a DC on the Shaymin Tree and just Sky Return just to get the Shaymin out of play. And we'll do Sky Return for 30 plus poison 40 damage, and we'll go down to 4 prize cards. Okay, so Center Trevenant taking 10 damage, poison, and the knockout going down to 4 prize cards. He hasn't really done too much outside of that. There's a Phantump and a Lysandre going to her hand, which is fantastic. We can Dowsing Machine. Well, we can't really grab anything with a Dowsing Machine, which is kind of bad. All right, so on my opponent's turn, I'm gonna pass. All right, so this is great for us because what we can do is we can put down the Phantump, Shelmet, put a let's see. 5, 6. He actually gets knocked out coming back into our turn because we do 50 plus 60, 70. Oh, actually, no, he'll get knocked out going to Mewtwo's turn. We'll put a DC on the Accelgor, and I'm just going to VS Seeker for Colorless to get a bunch of cards. Okay, so we're going to Colorless. I'm trying to look for like a Musharna, maybe a Force Giant Plants, and a Trevenant. I think we've discarded a bunch of Trevenants, though, is the only unfortunate thing. Still no Musharna, but we'll put it. Oh, we already attached a DC. So we will retreat to the Accelgor and just go for a good old deck and cover, all right? So 50, poison, all that kind of good stuff. The deck's kind of easy to play after this. We just got to hope they don't have any healing cards like Pokemon Center Lady, AZ, or anything crazy like that. Or a Lysandre plus a switch play. So our opponents, they're going to draw a card. We can, like... We can float the Phantump, float a Shelmet, pass to damage, okay. On our turn, now this is scary. Mewtwo could bop us for a knockout. We'll put down an Accelgor. We'll put down a Mew. I'm going to Float Stone and Accelgor. No, I mean, Phantump, okay. But let me think about this. If we Lysandre the Mew and do deck and cover, we'll do 110, and then 5, 6, 20. Oh man, we actually don't. Okay, I think I'm gonna bring in the Mewtwo. Do we bring up Mewtwo? I kind of want to, just so he's not knocking us out this turn. But Rayquaza might be his only way to get energy from his discard pile. I think right now what we'll just do is put a DC on Mew, retreat, and just deck and cover for a knockout. Still forcing him to have the X Ball, a DCE to attack. Actually, he only do 40, which won't even knock us out. So what am I complaining about? I don't know. Instead of Trevenant, okay, that's fine. We're actually okay here. We'll go down to 3 price cards. We get a Phantump, okay. All right, how many Trevenants? There's 2 Trevenants in discard pile. Okay, so yeah, we need to find our Super Rod to get back our Trevenants. All right, so see Mewtwo coming up. Shadow Shock can do 30, which still does not knock us out. Okay. But you gotta think my opponent's in a bad situation for sure. Does he have a Lysandre? I should have put. Oh, okay, Victory Screen coming out. I mean, this matchup was pretty easy. My opponent, you know, he heavily relies on item cards, with like Spirit Links and Mega Turbos and probably stuff like. Can we see his deck? We can. So let's look at our opponent's deck. It is just a Mega Mewtwo, no Garb, 2 Rayquaza. Did start unfortunately with that Tauros, had a Hoopa, Tauros. Okay. Yeah, it has like Mega Turbos, Multi Switch, Ultra Balls, VS Seeker, Trainers Mail, Max Elixir, VS Seeker, Multi Switch again, and you can see he plays a bunch of trainer cards, 2 Spear Links, 2 Choice Band, another Spear Link. So a lot of trainer cards for sure that, you know, Trevenant does shut down, especially turn 1. You get the Force out plans, you get the Trevenant out pretty easily nowadays. But we'll see another game with the deck here in a second. Hopefully it's a little bit more exciting, but once you get Trevenant online, your opponent is kind of in a bad situation. Did he even play a Lysandre? Yeah, he played 1 Lysandre, no PCL, no Switch cards either. So yeah, once it was up there for good. He did play an AZ, which is his only out, but with only 1 AZ and 4 VS Seekers, he had to get pretty lucky to get out of that paralyzation. But we'll see another game with the deck here in a second. Hopefully it's another victory. Alright, so playing against Fairism, playing a Fire and a Dark deck. Okay, I'm not sure what this is. Fire and Dark are really not 2 combinations you see, so call heads like always, okay? We won the coin flip again, which is fantastic. Yes, I would love to go first. On our turn, let's see what happens. Okay, so we start Mew, Shelmet, okay. I'm gonna put Mew in the active spot, put a Float Stone in Ultra Ball, discard a Special Charge and a VS Seeker for a Tapu Lele maybe. Go for an N. We could go for Shaymin, but Shaymin doesn't guarantee us anything. There's a Malamar. Okay, so there's a Juniper, sorry. So I think I'm just going to Ultra Ball, discard a Juniper and a Special Charge. So that way you're keeping the VS Seeker. It's Tapu Lele in here. Tapu Lele is in the deck. Okay, so grab Tapu Lele. We will put that down, and we are going to search turn 1 for an N. Okay, now the only scary thing is this Malamar that can put us to sleep every single turn, so that's not really fun. We'll put a Float Stone on the active and play it in, give us both 2 hands of 6. Because since he can put us to sleep, we can't really retreat and attack, which is kind of scary. And we don't find a Trevenant turn 1, okay? So put down a Phantump, and unfortunately we'll have to be, no, we can Ultra Ball, discard an N and a Level Ball. Almost misplayed there. Almost misplayed. We're going to grab a Shaymin. We're going to set up trying to find a Force plus a Trevenant to get that turn 1 lock. So come on, Shaymin. Don't... Oh, wrong way. Come on, Shaymin. Don't let us down, buddy. Yes, we'll draw 5 cards. And, alright. And there's a Trevenant. And no Forced. Alright, so we'll pass. Oh man, we found a Trevor, but no Force, so Giant Plays get that turn 1 item lock. Alright, so we see a Litleo coming out, okay, alright. Battle Compressor, which he could have used if we had our Trevenant out. Alright, so go discard 3 Talonflames. This is why I would say Talonflame is bad in decks, because if you, like right then and there, that's pretty bad at draw too. But we see a Rainbow Energy coming out, putting our Mew asleep, and this is what I was talking about earlier. Just putting us asleep every single turn is going to be annoying, but we do, unfortunately, fortunately wake up, not unfortunately. Alright, so we get a Juniper. I'm going to Ultra Ball, discard a Juniper and a Float Stone to grab an Accelgor. Okay. I'm going to put down an Accelgor, put down a Trevenant. He is Resistance to Psychic. We'll put a Float Stone on Trevenant and VS Seeker. I'm thinking I'm going to play Sycamore, just Juniper, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. We do get rid of the Super Rod, but I'm not too scared of our opponent's hand right now. We do find a DC, which is great. So we'll put a DC on the Mew. We'll put a DC on Shaymin, actually. Retreat and just Sky Return for 30 into the Trevenant. Okay. Oh, but he can knock us out maybe next turn. If he flips 2 heads, he knocks us out. So I'm going to promote the Mew. I'm going to let the Mew take a hit. If Mew gets knocked out, that's fine. I guess what I should have done is promoted the Phantump. So see a Pyro coming down with the Intimidating Mane. I mean, our bases can't hurt it, but I'm like, whatever. We're fine. There's a fire to go to the active. Alright, so we'll see a Wally into Pyro Break. Alright, so Pyro Break can make an appearance in this game with the Kaiser Tackle 180. This Pokemon does 50 damage to itself, and it does not knock out our Mew, which is great. And we do wake up. All right, so that's really good for us. So we grab a Munna. We'll put that down. We'll put a DC on the Mew. I'm gonna kind of just want to Sky Return and simply Phantump. That way, if it puts us to sleep, we can wake back up. Because I don't think my opponent really has too much stuff, really. So we'll do 30, poison, all that kind of good stuff. We'll sit in the Phantump, and like if he puts us to sleep, we can at least wake up out of it. So 10 damage, okay. Oh, it's our opponent's turn. I mean, he hasn't really done anything outside of the Wally, so I really don't need to promote the Trevenant. So the Pokemon stimulated heal in the 60. Okay, alright. Good to go. Good to go. Alright, so Rainbow Energy going to the active. Okay. Alright, so taking 10 damage. Alright, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So Maximar, Tails, Heads. Alright, so he does knock out our poor little Phantom, going down to 5 prize cards. Okay, we'll sit up Trevenant. On our turn, let me top deck a Shelmet. Alright, so we'll Trainers Mail, look at top 4 cards of our deck. There's a Dowsing Machine, okay. We could use Dowsing Machine, but I really don't want to use it right now. I don't want to waste it, so I'm not going to grab anything. I'm going to put down a Fortune Out Plans, and I'm going to VS Seeker for an in. I know I'm giving him a new hand, but we really don't have a choice, okay? We need to find a DCE this turn. Alright, there's a DCE. A Shaymin, okay. We can put a DC on the Accelgor. Do we retreat and just Sky Return? But then he can knock us out potentially, which is kind of annoying. But then he can use a VS Seeker. But if we attach an energy, he puts us asleep. We'll just deck kill it right now for 50, poison, alright, all that kind of good stuff. So 80. Alright, so sit up Trevenant. Ultra opponent start take that 10 damage. Okay, so he has a 90 damage, 80. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. We can actually use Tapu Lele next turn's Energy Drive to knock out a Malamar if we want to, which is pretty funny. But then Pyro can knock us out if he has... I think what we really need to worry about is this Malamar. But he attaches energies to the bench Pyro, which is great for us. There's a Sealand. Okay, I have no idea what we're playing against right now, but we're going to go for it. There's 3 fire energies going to his hand. Okay. Alright. And just pass for 10. Okay. Alright, so on our turn, what do we get? We get a Juniper. Okay, so I'm going to play it in, just giving us both new hands of 6. Or he gets 5, we get 6. We get rid of those energies, which is not too big of a deal for us or him. We'll put a Float Stone on the bench Munna. We could just put a DC on the Tapu Lele and just swing for Energy Drive for the knockout. But if I Shaymin for 2 and hit a Shelmet, we'll be in really good shape. So I'm going to wait and hold the DC and Shelmet for 2, hoping to hit, or Shaymin for 2, hoping to hit a Float Stone, and okay, we don't have one, so we'll Shaymin for... I don't want to Shaymin again, because we have 1 bench spot. Okay, YOLO, let's go for it. I want to find a Shelmet, because if we do, he gets knocked out. Come back at our turn, there's a Trainers Mail. Alright, Trainers Mail, come on, baby. And I will grab the Dowsing Machine. Dowsing Machine will allow us to get a, what is it, a Level Ball. So we'll discard 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Alright, I hate that he hit the press done now. Which I guess is kind of fine, because now we can, like, make sure we get the correct cards. But we're going to Level Ball, grab a Shelmet, and we're going to take a knockout, come back into our turn, unless our opponent does find a way to heal this guy. So put down the Shelmet, Shelmet, and Accelgor, put in DCE. We will retreat. And we will deck cover 50, poison 60. Back in our turn, he'll get knocked out, which is great. Alright, so we'll sit at Trevenant. Good him, Trevenant. Alright, on to our opponent's turn. Can he bump our stadium? Does he have another Pokemon Center Lady? Does he attach energy to the bench Pyroar to the active Malamar to put us asleep? So put on the bench Pyroar. That Malamar is going to knock out. Ooh, there's a Drampa coming down, okay. And a pass knockdown to our turn. Okay, so we'll go down to 4 prize cards. Hopefully we don't draw anything too crazy. There's Shelmet and a... I didn't mean like crazy as in like super broken. I meant crazy as in like cards I don't want to discard. We'll put down Shelmet, we'll put down the Accelgor, and we'll just Juniper, discard our hand, draw 7 cards, okay? So we'll get a Mew, DC, which is great. We'll put a DC on the Accelgor. We will retreat into the Accelgor and adjust deck and cover. Alright, so we'll do another deck and cover 50. Poison, paralyzed, all that kind of good stuff. We'll sit with the Trevenant, keep the lock up again, and you gotta think he probably only plays the 1 PCL, right? Alright, so 160 HP, 714. We will knock him out going to his turn, but then all he really has is Drampa. Drampa could use Berserk, which only does 80, which doesn't knock out a Trevenant, so just pass, okay? On our turn, we get a Accelgor, so put down Shelmet, we'll put down a Accelgor, and I really just want to Sycamore our hand away. But is that smart? Do we have we don't even have a Colress in the discard pile, which is very unfortunate. Alright, so boy, I don't want to Juniper this hand away, but we are last VS Seekers. Whatever. You know what, guys? You know what I say? I say yellow. I say yellow. We'll Juniper, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. I think we're out of resources too once we do this, so it might be a little bit scary. But, hey, there's a Musharna. We'll put that down. We'll put a DC on the Accelgor. We will retreat to the Accelgor and just duck and cover. Alright, so there we go. He has what? I don't know how much HP he has left. We'll send a Trevenant. Okay, so under our opponent's turn, 10 damage. Alright. We could use Sky Return to knock it down. There's a Victor Screen coming down. And there you go. You can see how strong the force of Giant Plants is. Like, we had no Accelgors and no Shelmets or anything like that. And we're still able to streamline them over and over again, which is really funny. And that's what's going to make this deck so good. Is now you got the Phantump and the Trevenant. And you got the Shelmet to Accelgor. You can do it automatically thanks to Force Giant Plants. But we'll see another game here in a second. I just want to play against like a really competitive deck. But I don't know why we're playing against this weird... I mean, not weird, but interesting stuff, I guess the correct thing to say. That Malamar was problematic if he did put our Trevenant to sleep and can retreat, and all that kind of good stuff. But we'll see another game with the deck here in a second. We'll see what happens. Alright. Alright, so when it gets Denshu, 34 playing a Colorless and a Fairy deck. Is this Sylveon? Is it Xerneas? Is it Rainbow Road? Nah, probably not Rainbow Road. Pancakes? Oh boy. Give me Pancakes. Pancakes actually be pretty scary. Because they can just evolve out of Paralyzation pretty easily, but they only have 4 evolutions, so maybe not so much. I don't know. I don't know how this matters. I just hope with Pancakes. Every time I see a Fairy deck, I'm like, ooh, Pancakes. I'm like, nope, that's not Pancakes. But we did lose the coin flip, so opponent will give a turn of using their item cards. Okay, so we're gonna mulligan and press done. Okay, team. Oh, it looks like it is a Sylveon deck. Can we handle Sylveon? Well, probably. The thing with Sylveon is they can't really do too much. Alright, so press done. We'll start Shelmet. Okay, we'll press done. And we'll see what happens. I mean, our hand could be really good. Okay, so we get another mulligan. We see Delinquent, Fillable, our Max Potion. Team Aqua, Secret Base. Oh boy. But I think we should be fine in this matchup. I don't think they play PCO or anything crazy like that. They play Max Potion. That's about it. Yeah, we'll draw. Okay, there's a... Okay, alright, we'll press done. Alright, so we see it. I guess hypothetically I should like start a Mew, put down the Shelmet, that way if I can like I could like just start like a just keep the Mew in the field. But there's a okay, alright guys. We almost got this. Team Aqua Secret Base pass on our turn. We can win right now if we get this dunk. Okay. So we'll play Trainers Mail. Okay, there's a Level Ball. We'll grab a Level Ball. Okay, we'll Level Ball for a Shelmet. Okay, we'll put down the Shelmet. We will Ultra Ball, discard a Lysandre and a VS Seeker. We'll grab a Munna. Okay. Okay, so put down the Phantump, put down Munna, and we will Shaymin for 5 new cards. Show me Force the Giant Plants DCE, and we win the game. Alright, so Ultra Ball. Oh no. Okay, alright, we don't have it just yet. Alright, so I'm gonna Ultra Ball, discard a Level Ball and a Phantump. Is Tapu Lele in here? Okay, Tapu Lele is in the deck. Okay, so grab Tapu Lele. We'll put it down. Okay, so put down Tapu Lele. We'll search deck for supporter card. And with this, we're grabbing in. Okay. Alright, so grab in. We're gonna Float Stone the Phantump. Man, I hope we whiff this. All we needed was a forest. Alright, so I mean we needed forest and DCE. So we get 6 new cards and oh my goodness, we whiff it. Oh, lovely. Alright, so we're long distance hypnosis, but it doesn't really matter too much. Tell us, we'll put our Shelmet to sleep. Cool. And we'll pass. Alright, yep, we'll just pass. Unfortunately had to pass. So heads, Shelmet does wake up. Alright, so man, oh goodness gracious, we had a bunch of stuff to play, and we just didn't hit it. No forest or anything crazy like that. I didn't even check the 70 forest from the deck. So there's a puzzle time. Gonna read his top 3 cards of his deck. You can see right now, okay, you're gonna grab in. Use double puzzle there. Right now, just trying to play as many item cards as they can. So in, okay, does he whiff the Energy again? Could be a possibility. Alright, so we'll get some new cards. Okay, alright, so DCE. Okay, no Accelgor just yet. Okay, so there's a Sylveon coming down. Alright, so with the Magical Ribbon, they can search check for 3 cards and put it in their hand. I imagine they might grab like a Lysandre or something else, but what I'm going to do is DCE, Trainers Mail, hoping to hit a Level Ball or an Ultra Ball, get out of the Accelgor, and okay, just pass. No Energy, okay? Alright, so put down Musharna. Okay, we'll put a DC on the active, play Trainers Mail, the tougher cards of our deck. Man, do we guarantee? I think I am going to guarantee this turn. I'm gonna Dowsing Machine early right now. Discarding Lysandre, of course, to grab a Level Ball, and with the Level Ball, grabbing a Accelgor. Okay, so a Level Ball for an Accelgor. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll grab a Accelgor, put them in the active. I guess I should have saw how many Force Giant Plants are played. Well, via Seeker for an in. Okay. We could Colress, but I'm just going to end right now, get a new hand of Sexy. Can't really use Magical Ribbon this turn. Alright, we just need a Trevenant, and there's a Trevenant Float Stone. And the Float Stone is really useful because if you like it's a Rose 6 or something, we have another Float Stone ready to put down. I really don't want to put down the Float Stone until we have to. We will 4-1, look at top 2 cards of our deck. We're going to have a DCE for next turn, which is really good, okay? And we will just deck and cover 50, poison, and paralyzed. Okay. So, we'll sit in the Trevenant, shutting down all those good item cards our opponent really needs. But in this matchup, is there really item cards that he needs? Maybe like Trick Shovel if he plays that. Okay, so our opponents are going to draw a card. And how does our opponent handle Trevenant? Like, Sylveon is one of the most disruptive decks, but Trevenant's one of the most annoying decks. So, yeah. He could have a Lysandre, like I said, to bring up the Musharna, but then we have a Float Stone, put on the active, and we're going to go that way. Okay. Alrighty, I'm feeling somewhat confident, I'm not gonna lie to you. Because I think this turn, for sure, what I'm gonna do is just Float Stone Musharna, put a DC on Shelmet, and just Sycamore, Juniper, discard our hand, draw 70 cards. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do here. Opponent needs like a Xerosic, a Lysandre. Just, okay, and there's a victory script. My opponent realized they cannot win the game. They're like, alright, I can't do this. Like, there's no way. And yeah, so you can't see our opponent's deck, but there you go. That's how scary this Accelgor deck is. Like, Sylveon's definitely a very scary deck. It's really good, but I think Trevenant has now gained like a super good place and expanded with that Force of Giant Plants and with the Grass Trevenant. I think it's going to be a great play coming up for regionals. I think the next expanded one is Seattle. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember which ones are expanded and not expanded. But I'm excited to see, is this deck actually going to manage to be good or not in the expanded format? I think it is. With the new Trevenant, it becomes really strong and just play 4 Force Giant Plants. Get that turn 1, but as you see in that 2 of these games, we didn't get that turn 1 Trevenant. But still, it's really good to see easily get those Accelgors over and over again. Just keep streamlining them thanks to force down playing. So you can just keep drawing into them, do it over and over again, and just win games that way. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a fantastic Thursday. Alrighty, bye.
Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty, bye.